I
And that's
don't.
a
I need to
fun fact
see.
for the people is to know that
Yeah,
you
I need
don't
to have
see
a.
me half the
I
time
can't.
because
I
I look
can't.
at you
Now
the
I
whole
gotta look up
time.
at the camera too. It's in two different places. So I was like, I don't know what you want from me. Like, do you want me to look at this camera? You want me to look at you? I look back and forth. I
You
have
know?
ADHD probably. I just like there's so many things going on for me. I'm trying to do
You're
everything
doing
I
great.
can. I'm trying to do it all.
This is Shana,
And Kris.
and we are Bad Queers. If you came out of the closet and got put in a box of stereotypes you don't belong to, then welcome to the Bad Queers Club.
All right. This week in Queer Urban Dictionary, I have twunk. Twunk is a very muscular twink. Um, my deep dive is from pride.com, which says a twunk is what happens when a twink either bulks up a bit, ages out of the 18 to 25 range, or both. They still read as youthful, but and still are on the lean, slender side, but have added more muscle mass.
Wait, are
Twunk,
they saying that there's an age range for twinks?
I guess. It actually said 18 to 29, depending on who you ask. But
So there's an
18 to
age range
25 or
for
18 to
twinks.
29? That's
So
a
what if you're a
main question.
non-muscular twink in your 30s?
I don't know. Maybe you graduate to something else, like
Yeah.
I don't know. That's for them. They got
All right.
their
That's
things over
fair.
there.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we don't
I've
have like the equivalent of that in the lesbian community. Like we just kind of call it
well, it's like we
sometimes I
have the
think it's
baby.
misused with baby gay, but
Yeah.
that could be an older, that could be a 40-year-old that's a baby gay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really age specific. And yeah, I don't know. What do we call? We don't really have twinks. But I usually
No.
think of them as younger, right? Like normally they're on the younger side. Is how I've always read them. I don't know. But I don't
Hmm.
know. No, there's been like old this, this old. I don't
Well,
know.
I mean, that's what I'm
As a
about to
gay
define.
boy, like a little
That's
queen or old queen. I don't know. I don't know what they graduate
hmm
to, but I think they graduate from twinks
okay.
from the outside
Well,
looking
yeah.
in.
Well, I do have
Sidelines.
at least a term for the older lesbians. So my Queer Urban
Ooh.
Dictionary word of the week is owl or OWL, which simply is short for older wise lesbian.
You got to do the who like the ow for this.
Because that's all they're doing, looking at you
My
like,
audition. It's my
hmm,
audition
to be an owl.
to be a old
That's
wise lesbian,
you're listening to their stories and you're just like,
wise-ish. Yeah.
ooh,
Hmm.
okay. Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, that's solid.
Because it's like
That's solid.
wisdom, and then they say something very offensive, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
hmm,
That's
hmm.
accurate. That's
Yeah.
accurate. You
Like,
know what? My
okay.
sentence isn't even worth it. I feel like that was the sentence for the description of what an owl is. So yeah, but I got this definition from a Diva magazine.
Hmm.
All right. Well, we have some very positive stories in our category is, and then
We
we have
do.
one messy story in our category is. So let's go ahead and praise, pray tell. Our first category is election night 2025 recap. What a time. What a time to
Yeah.
have so much positivity and hope. I saw somebody post a comment on one of Kevin Ortega's, if you follow, here's why Kevin
hmm
on the Internet for You News, as majority of us should be, because he does great work.
hmm
One of the
Shout out to Kevin.
comments said, this makes me feel like the Obama times. That's how hopeful I am.
I mean, I saw that sentiment. We're talking about Mondami's historic win, making him the first Muslim and South Asian mayor of New York City. Um, I saw some people say like this is the first time they didn't have to vote for the lesser of two evils, like someone
Yes.
like good. And I was like happy that New Yorkers came out in record numbers to do that. But obviously all of us have been glued to this race because of what it would mean and what it can inspire. So I was just happy that a good person, a seemingly good person won. Like I think we
Mm-hmm.
all were. Like somebody who is very much driven by just the love of people, and wanting to help and using government to help people as it should. So, and he went through so many racist attacks, so many Islamophobic attacks. I mean, they pulled out all the 9/11 video and gifs in the
Every
last
single
week. They
one.
tried everything. He had so many big businesses and billionaires, pouring money into Cuomo's campaign and just ads against him. And he still kept his campaign joyful. It was all grassroots. It was cool to hear the acceptance speech last night from him for sure. But before he went on, I was watching the PBS like live stream, so I don't know if you saw a stream that showed it, but his like campaign manager, his like field manager, talking about just the number of volunteers and people, and how like at 12 p.m. On election day, it was like they knocked on the 3 millionth door, and it was just great to see. Like, this wasn't a Democratic when it was for the rest of the races, but like this was all him, because he had so
Hmm.
many establishment Democrats that refused to even endorse him. Abigail Spanberger, who won the Democratic governor race in Virginia, also had thrown shots the night before election night, trying to distance herself from him. So like, I am so glad he won. I am happy for the younger folks that got to see and experience a campaign that was Obama. Like, nothing is like Obama. Like, y'all, obviously it being the presidency, but nothing can compare to that. But I'm glad it's a
Hmm.
similar experience and they actually saw a win, because like Kamala had it a little bit in her short campaign window, but to see him go from polling like under 5% earlier this year to like winning decisively is just
Hmm.
amazing. So shout out to everybody who worked on that campaign and who supported, and yeah, shout out to him. Like, it's exciting. It's exciting. We're all happy for
Very
New York.
exciting. So happy
Like,
for New York. We were
so
all New
happy for New
Yorkers
York.
today. All of us
Yeah,
were New Yorkers today
yeah.
because that was the number one race. And then the number two race that we were watching was California. But I wasn't really
Mhm.
stressed about California. I knew y'all were going to do the right thing.
I
I
saw I
knew.
saw Rachel Maddow, or like the MSNBC thing for, polls close here at 8 p.m. So it's
Mhm.
11 p.m. out east. And they were like, the poll, it just had closed. And they were like, we can project without a shadow of doubt, like 0% in. Like, it's the funniest little thing. I was like, I'm sure Republicans see this and go crazy over like, ah, this shit is rigged. But like, it it was a blowout. Like, of course we were gonna vote yes on Prop 50.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like we have to. I think Gavin Newsom, love him or hate him, he's certainly not. He is certainly no Mondami, but he hates Trump and hates homeless people, is what the joke is in California, and he hates Trump the most out of that. So he
Hmm.
is the only one with this sense of urgency, knows how to play, I guess, the game of it. He looks the part for the people who need it. And
It
even
does.
his like speech, it's all urgency. It's all him talking about, hey, they're trying to steal the midterm elections. Like, let's keep our eyes on the prize with it. Like, this was a great night, but yeah, nah, like, let's keep our eyes on the prize. And yeah, he obviously has presidential 2028 aspirations, so he's like kind
Hmm.
of setting things up for himself. But yeah, you knew we were gonna there. It was no goddamn way. Like, California's
Yeah.
like, you need this, you what? We got you. Like,
I
we
really
got it.
was not worried about California. And that felt
Yeah.
good in my heart that I knew that we really
Yeah.
didn't have to worry about California. Whenever there was a prop, like I've been there to vote for a couple of the props that happen. Whenever they
Hmm.
happen, they explain them very well.
They do.
And then the organizations that you know and need to trust
Hmm.
get behind or not behind very quickly. It's like,
Yeah.
unless these
Yeah.
organizations get behind it, then you're like, no, I'm not going to do that. And if they do, then you're like, yeah, I'm absolutely going to get behind it. And they push the information around it. It's
They
great. It's
do.
great to
They
see.
do. They
Great to
spent a
see.
lot of money. They didn't have a lot of time to put this together.
Hmm.
One of the last ads that, big ads that were, running nonstop. We had an ad with like basically all the Democratic superstars. So it was like Jasmine Crockett, Barack Obama. I think Hillary was in there. Like, everybody,
Probably
Nancy
was.
Pelosi was like saying, like, across, they were like, we need you. Like, it was like an Avengers ass commercial that was running. And then,
Just
the
collecting
Prop
all the
50,
stones.
the no on Prop 51 ones are like Arnold Schwarzenegger and, like some weird
Arnold.
ass shit where it's just like, yeah, like Arnold Schwarzenegger being like, I'm put about, like, this isn't
Arnold.
right kind of thing. So it's just like, yeah, like, the whole night was such, they call it was a bloodbath. Like,
Hmm.
Democrats won top down in all over the country. And Virginia was funny in particular because, like, how are you going to fire pretty much everybody in Northern Virginia and just around, all the federal workers, and think that there wasn't going to be any repercussion for it? It's just crazy. Like, I
Exactly.
don't know what he thought
The
was going to
logic
happen.
there makes no sense. And
Crazy,
they
crazy.
probably could have been fine and kept some of the seats safe
Yeah.
until you kept people out of work for the last couple of months and not
Mm-hmm.
getting payment. And so they said,
Yep.
yeah, no, we're not.
No.
We're not playing
Mm-mm.
these games anymore. And so it was
Mm-mm.
wonderful to see Virginia go so blue,
It's so blue.
so quick.
They're gonna do their maps as well. Like I was
Hmm.
like, oh, Virginia, because you touch and go, we're purple. Like
Okay,
I see
we
North
do.
Carolina going the
It's a
other
hit or
way,
miss.
so it's but it is like Virginians are like, nah, like not because not only that, like I was looking around now. I think Chesapeake actually went red because it's a little, but Virginia Beach and like the 757 is blue, and sometimes it surprises me because it is a military area. But yeah, he
Hmm.
fucking with the military too with the shutdown. Like he is firmly pissed off, or it seems as if he's pissing off his base in
Hmm.
ways because of the shutdown, because of how he's moved. His approval rating is horrible. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't think that obviously in his head, but yeah, this is like undeniably. I know he's trying to blame it today on the government being shut down, but what happens with this, which is great, is that those Republicans who have just been following him, anything he says, that cult following thing, they do have to think twice with the 2026 midterms coming because like you a Trump endorsement doesn't work anymore. Like
Hmm.
Trump didn't endorse Winsome Earl, the black Republican MAGA candidate in Virginia for governor, which she's just like, I don't know what she thought was going to happen. Like I was like,
Hmm.
girl, please. He didn't even endorse her, but like the people he did endorse lost. So there's like no value in continuing to follow everything behind him because he's like hopefully losing momentum and value on that side of things, and hopefully they're realizing that. But this felt good to see, top down. I know Georgia had some Democrats win in places that they haven't won in decades. There's some black women mayors around the
Hmm.
nation. I saw Detroit, I believe Charlotte, and I want to say Albany. One of those. I'm gonna
Yes,
check it.
Albany is
Is it
correct.
Albany? Yeah.
Yep.
So just a good night,
It was a
because
good
a
night.
year ago, God damn it, shit, y'all were not here
Thinking
a
that
year
that was
ago.
only a
So
year ago, and now
good
we've come over
God.
here and made the change. Also, the
Yeah.
fact that Pennsylvania was able to retain their Supreme Court justices, to have three
Mm.
Supreme Court justices up for votes, and they all were able to maintain it. So it's able to keep a 5-2 Democratic rating. And they elected their first openly transgender mayor in the
Oh,
state of
nice.
Pennsylvania as well.
Awesome.
So to see each of these wins, to
Mm-hmm.
know that women have also come in hot,
Coming hot.
hot,
A lot
like
of
even
DEI. A lot of
what was
DEI.
so
A
to
lot
see
of
the
DEI.
DEI statement was
Ah!
fantastic. And to
Yeah.
see that Mondani's most of his cabinet are all women.
Yeah.
They're all
All
women leaders and
women.
they're all diverse.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
just said,
Yeah.
who else? Plus he has the
Right.
backing of Bernie and
Mm-hmm.
AOC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
New York, you're in good hands.
They're
You're
in
in
good
great
hands. So
hands.
what do you think now? Obviously the establishment Democrats could obviously squander this and fuck it up. Do you think they
They
finally
could.
embrace him? They have to see he didn't do this at the help of him. Like they did not help him at all.
No, they didn't.
Like so
Who
he
was
did
the woman
this
that like
all by himself.
crushed Cory Booker on her show? It was the white woman that
Oh,
be
Jennifer
speaking.
Welch. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, she's great. And this
She
is also a win for independent media because
hmm
establishment media was like crushing him. Like I had to
yes.
have a debate with my mom about his appearance on The View, and she was like, I like him, he's cute, but like they're so programmed to, Cuomo, I know Cuomo, I like Cuomo too. I know he has his allegation. Like they rationalize these things because it's the familiarity and like
Hmm.
they just like, who's this guy? And then obviously the word socialism, oh God, is
My
sent
goodness.
them, oh God. Um, and like now, like, obviously just having these conversations, she's here now. I can have these conversations in person. But
Hmm.
yeah, do you think that the establishment Democrats are be like, okay, all right, we gotta concede this. Like ride the hot hand here. And like again, the things that he platformed on and he's planning to do are all affordability things. Like even if he
Hmm.
doesn't get the free buses, if he could get it reduced to like whatever, that's at
Yeah.
least like these are all working class, middle working class issues. Like this isn't
Mm.
any billionaire corporate welfare shit, you know. So
Correct. And I think the piece that I appreciate about this is that people recognize he can't fix everything.
he can't.
I've seen
He can't.
so much commentary around if he's even able to get a little bit done, or even barely a little bit, they are happy that somebody is back in government that genuinely sees the government as for the people.
Yeah.
And to be
Yeah.
able to have that voice even in the room is a win in
Hmm.
itself. And I've seen that narrative go across multiple platforms and for multiple people. And I think that's fantastic to go back to what the government was for. Remember when people used to reach across the
What we're
aisle
doing.
and work
Yeah.
together, and we knew it
Used to
wasn't
happen.
really a huge surprise about doing the things that were right for the people? And
Hmm.
I think that's the piece of hope when it was like we were going back to, people are feeling this because it feels like the Obama era. And it's because you actually do have somebody who genuinely cares about people in
Yeah.
office and a major part of office that can impact the city. And I do think he's going to make some very positive change.
I think he will. And he will bring we mentioned his women centric cabinet and, transition team that he released today, but it does inspire another generation of people. Like there's enough good people out here. We're still out here. Like that's why last night felt so good. Is like, no, we're still out here in numbers. Like there's record
Hmm.
turnout for many of these things. Like it has been a soul crushing year since last election night, but we've been resilient and there's still a lot of us here. And there are going to be more people who either didn't vote or they did vote for that man, which again is incredibly stupid. But like, if they're going to come around, then come around and vote and
Hmm.
participate and stuff like that. I think we've gotten enough of like, the fuck around and find out of it all and be like, okay, but like, what are we gonna
I
do
was like,
now?
we've
Like,
already found out.
it's enough. We got it. We
We
found
found
out.
out.
We're finding out. We're finding out. That's why it wasn't funny when we talked about it earlier this year with like, all that. Like, I was like, we're all gonna find out like at some point. Like,
Hmm.
everybody's gonna be affected. So, anyways, I am happy for the turnout and the hope that is there. I hope they keep the momentum going, and yeah, that it
Yeah.
inspires other candidates, and encourages people to leave. I hear Nancy Pelosi is thinking about retiring in
Please,
2026.
girl.
Gotta go. And I hope that that inspires the
Other
establishment
people
Democrats to step
to retire.
the fuck aside. And it's not an
We're
ageism thing. Like they
okay.
could still be around consulting, but like let younger folks lead. God damn. Like it's just
Please,
like fuck.
please,
Like
please let them, because
Chuck
that's the only
Schumer,
way. And
Hakeem
even down
Jeffries,
to
all
circling
of
back to your
them.
question
Maxine
around
Waters, love you too,
the
Auntie. Like
establishment
just Jesus.
of them, I don't know if they will back Mundani, but I
Mhm.
don't think they'll use him
Step on his
as a prop
momentum.
in person, shaking the hands, being like, yeah, no, we're so proud. But
Yeah.
behind the back is a bit of a stabbing. So I hope that they gain a heart. I
So
hope it's like,
crazy.
I hope they, get to do what the Wizard of Oz has taught us to do. I hope y'all get some courage. I hope y'all get some
Yeah.
brains. I hope y'all get some heart once again
And
moving
put the
forward.
ego aside too. Like, all of them, like you risk fucking up your legacy holding on too long. Like, you know what I mean? You really
Hmm.
do. Like be there to help the next generation and know when to step the fuck aside too. Like,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? So what a good night. Shout out to everyone who is feeling good today and this week. Like there's hope, there's energy, and that's because we never lost it in the first place. How about that?
Exactly.
Hmm,
Exactly.
love it.
All right. Let's shift to
Oh,
our
this is a
next
fun one, huh?
positive category is so Folded by
Yeah.
Kehlani earns its first
What
top
a song. That
10.
better get Grammys, okay? It better win
She has
Grammys.
a whole album
Better.
of just
Better.
Folded with
I know.
guests, with
Yeah. I love the
artists
Tony
just guesting
Braxton
on it.
one. I love that Brandy was on it. Like it's just
This
so
is
good. They just how
iconic.
they've worked with this. It's such a good song. God damn, it's such a
It
good
really
song.
is. It really is.
Uh,
Like, she's better than me for actually
timeless.
folding up the stuff. Because I would have, every time I always think about it, I just think about the fact that I would
Maybe
have thrown
that's
it.
folding it.
So
Yeah,
you are a
that's so
better human
funny.
than me in that. But also seeing
I'm a
Kaylani go
folder.
public with K1 again,
I'm folded.
is also adorbs, because we knew that kiss in that video
Mm-hmm.
was not somebody
Mm-hmm.
who was single. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
y'all.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's interesting. First off, congratulations to Kehlani with that first ever Billboard Hot 100 Top 10, which sounds crazy
It's
to say because it's
huge.
just like she's gone
She's had
diving in my
bops.
home. Like what? Like yeah, it's
Bops.
crazy. But okay, yeah, officially with Billboard. But yeah, the K1 thing is interesting because they did have the video that was spicy, K1's video. Do you like
Hmm.
K1? Do you like her
I
music?
do.
What do you think?
I think it's good. I think I definitely need to listen to more.
Yeah,
I've been seeing clips because they're performing and kind of touring right now. So I've been
they
seeing more
are. My
clips
cousin went.
of their no surprise. No
My
surprise.
cousin
When
actually
we
loves her. We had a whole conversation about it.
again, still not
So
surprised.
funny.
We need her to come on here. I just
She said that she would let she would
what did she say?
she said she would let K1 beat and all that. And I was like, okay, yeah. And we were
Ah,
just talking about the sets we have crushes on and all
mm,
that. So, but
I
yeah, but
love
she
that.
went to the DC show and said like if you were a single anyone, go to a K1 show, which I would
Because
imagine.
you will find the
I
people,
would imagine. Yeah.
and everybody's going to be horny. So
Yeah. Yeah. I
congratulations
mean,
on that.
so
All
but
right.
yeah, I guess they kind of relaunched this relationship. I mean, they didn't really launch it before, even though
Yeah,
there was speculation,
it
but
was
they've
a
done
lot of speculation.
playful videos now together where K1 points to Kaylani as my wife and everything, and then deleted it. And so I thought it was initially I thought it was just roll out for that song, and
Hmm.
I don't know if I still believe it yet. I gotta see, but
Well,
still
K1 did
feels
do that defensive video about because all of the people
I
were making a lot of comments about them.
yeah,
And K1 came back and defended. And you're not really going on and defending people unless you're getting some little nookie in the cookie. So I feel like it is very
yeah.
real. And I love it for them to be all happy and cute. And they're both
Yeah.
very sexy people. And I love that these two sexy people found each other and are just hopefully living a little soft life away from the internet. But
Hmm.
yeah, people always have things
We'll
to
see.
say. And K1 came on and said, "Hey, we read the comments. We see
Yeah.
what you're saying. Y'all need to relax. Need to relax."
Yeah.
So,
You know, fans are gonna say anything. You put the video out, fans are gonna say something, you know.
yes.
So I mean, it shouldn't be mean, but um, I don't know. I feel bad for artists and musicians now. It's certainly like more than a fishbowl. Like it's
Hmm.
like I don't know. Well, I guess it is actually very much more than a fishbowl than it was when we were growing up because, it could go everywhere with you. But they did
Yeah.
also upload these videos. Like this is the kind of push and pull kind of thing, like where it's just like, well, the videos, people are gonna comment, just how it goes. I don't know.
Hmm.
So I don't know. We'll see. They're cute together. I certainly could see it being a real thing. I did think it was more for I was like, it looked like it could have been a business decision to kind of roll K1 out even more in
Yeah.
the US. But we'll see. My cousin had very interesting takes about, I'll tell you actually offline because I don't want to misrepresent her opinions. But it was a good show. And I'll just tell you
Yeah.
offline. Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
So,
Perfect.
yeah. Hmm.
All right. Well, congrats to Kehlani on
Yeah.
the top
Well
10.
deserved.
Folded is a bop. I cannot wait for this album to come out. She's going to be in her R&B bag, and I'm so ready for it because she's so good at R&B.
Yeah. Really good Kimmel performance too. I don't know if you saw that Jimmy
Yes.
Kimmel performance.
Yes.
It's really good. So shout out to her. Shout
Remember
out
when
to
Jimmy
them.
Kimmel went off air?
Yeah, what a long, long year it's been, hasn't it? Jeez.
Like,
Ah.
why is that a sentence that we can say
And then
in
it was like people
2025?
like marched on Washington. We were like, it's so funny what people get up for because like unfortunately, you heard about the NBC out and there's been such a
Hmm.
dump of black publications from Vibe
Yeah.
being folded into Rolling Stone. Teen Vogue is now folded into Vogue.
Hmm.
NBC
And they
out,
cut the
NBC,
whole political
a whole
side
political
of it.
CBS. Yep, CBS did it.
CBS, but
So
also Vogue. Teen Vogue did.
but that's what I'm saying. They had
Yeah.
fold now Teen Vogue is Vogue and
Yes.
folded into Vogue and
Yes.
Vibe is folded into Rolling Stone and of course the Vibe staff got fired. But
Hmm.
all of that happened, but people got up for Jimmy, okay? People were like, not my Jimmy. Like, okay, like marched on Washington. They were pissed about their Jimmy. They turned that. They reversed that immediately. Like, I don't,
Hmm.
did he? Yeah, it's what a time. What a time we've had this year. Jesus. Our end of the year recap's going to be insane.
Insane. Y'all be prepared for that.
Woo!
Might be a
I
three-part
can't
series. Who knows?
wait.
Who knows?
Part three of,
Okay.
yeah.
We're still going.
I'm so tired.
So yeah. But our final category
Live
is
stream
for the
24 hours.
mess. Because it really would be.
All right,
And it
we're
would
coming
be.
up on July.
We're still
Yep.
here, drinking the coffee, doing the stuff. But our final category is the Gold's Gym transgender controversy.
Mm.
So
I didn't
if
know there
you
were Gold's
all,
Gems, by the way. I thought they were all gone. That was
oh
also,
no,
sorry.
Gold's Gym
I
still
thought
exists.
Gold's Gym was gone. I was like,
Very much
wow,
still
okay.
exists. Yeah, we don't
It's in
see the
LA, of
advertising
course,
for
right?
it
It used to be
much,
everywhere. Where is Gold's
but
Gyms?
you
That's
Google that.
crazy.
I'll
Where
fill
my
y'all
mind
in.
goes. I'm sorry.
You know,
You filled them in.
it's all right. So, all right.
Crazy.
So, this information is coming from Gay Magazine. The way that I am reading this title is a direct quote from Gay Magazine. I would not have phrased it this way, but this is how this all started so that you all know what level of mess this really is. So, title from Gay Magazine: Singer Tish Hyman kicked out of LA Gold's Gym after confronting a man claiming to be trans for being in the women's locker room.
Gold's Gym! Men! Grown men with big dicks in the women's locker room! And that's why I'm getting kicked out, and I want to make sure the girls know! The fuck? Everybody saw that man in the fucking locker room! No one's saying shit! And I'm fucking done with it! It's fucking stupid! It's dangerous! Me naked in front of a man without my permission. I ain't the one who gets kicked out the gym, y'all. I'm terminated for not wanting men in the locker room.
So, if you don't know Tish, Tish is a singer, performer, uh, somewhat problematic with lesbian that's out here. Very like classic, old school, phobic within the community type lesbian.
Mhm.
And there's a video of them that they were recording. So it's coming from their phone, their point of view, of them engaging in the hallway with another person who stated that they identified as trans. And Tish has said multiple stories around this, but basically, Tish was having a high energy engagement with them, yelling, screaming, calling them out. Some other musclehead came and got in the person that she was accusing's face and was being very aggressive. Staff member was trying to keep everything clear and was just like, you know what? Everybody's banned. Everybody get out. And it became a whole thing. Tish did a recap afterwards from her car and did a very good job of showing the transphobic side of lesbianism. Did it very well. And it was a mess. If you want to see all of the clips and things, go to Gay Magazine on Instagram, spelled Gaye. But basically, following that incident and all of the videos that came out from it and the recap from Tish, Tish has also spoken with TMZ about the situation as well. So you can see how much this has grown a bit out of control. T.S. Madison hosted a panel debate with other Black trans community members about the locker room controversy and some points that were made throughout the conversation. Somebody called out who was the person who was actually making it unsafe, because Tish was the one hollering, recording, yelling, bringing attention. So was it the person that she was accusing, or was it Tish? The fact that Tish's story has changed multiple times shows that she's an untrustworthy person, that Tish wants to throw our community being the trans community, under the bus for promotion for upcoming songs and projects. The panel seemed to be 50-50 on whether the person was trans or not, and whether or not that person was picked on, because it was polarizing that they weren't passing, and how they had to be mindful about folks' appearances, especially when it comes to the difference between Black and white trans women. But the biggest debate and thing that folks couldn't really get on board with was the passing conversation, because some were saying you shouldn't have to pass to be your identity, and some of them were saying, but you need to try at least a little bit. And so it became this like, well, then where's the marker?
Yeah.
Where do you say that passing works and passing doesn't? So there was a lot of
That's
conversation back and forth amongst the community around that. But as you can see, it has sparked big
Mm.
conversation on the internet, especially during a time when they are still continuing to try and ban folks from the bathrooms.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on this? I don't have too much information on it other than swiping through right before we recorded. So I heard the panel, TS Madison's panel, as well as like the initial videos that in the gym, in
Mhm.
Tisha's car and all that. But yeah, what have you seen? What do you think about it?
I think overall the interaction was blown out of proportion,
Mm,
was the biggest thing.
yeah.
I think there was a better way to handle it and an simpler and easier conversation to be had around it as well, to go and blow this up into the hallway and to bring it to people, because I think that's where in the conversation on the panel where it talks about passability and what happens there,
Yeah.
this person is fairly new on their journey. They went through the timeline of like when they announced it and things, and those initial days are hard when you're coming into your own identity, and the gym is one of those places. And so I think that Tish blew this out of proportion, that it was unnecessary, and has brought up a very nasty side that now has poured over into more Black community conversation that I feel like just didn't need to happen. This probably
Yeah.
would have looked very different if it was a Black trans person as well, because it was a white trans person. And that would have been a whole different conversation. But I think they were just doing the most to blow this person out their spot. And that just seemed unfair.
Yeah, I couldn't tell, and you mentioned it that Tish has changed her story about like what the initial interaction, like what was the inflection point, like what happened in the locker room. Um, but I didn't the passability conversation, I'm like, I don't think I hate that that's a thing, and I know that even on that
Hmm.
panel that there's some trans women that encourage, women, trans women to look more or appear more feminine. Um, but yeah, like I feel like Tish blew this out of proportion too. Like I was like,
Hmm.
I can't trust what the initial interaction was because it didn't sound like, I mean, if there was like great detail that she went into or more detail about like I guess something the initial interaction and like why it blew up, then okay, like she felt unsafe, but like I can't tell her she didn't feel unsafe, but I didn't get like what she was unsafe about in the locker room. Like, I don't know.
Hmm.
And then I'm a locker room person that first off, I get misgendered all the time going into bathrooms and stuff like that. So I'm very sensitive about that. That's why that passability thing is like, all right, y'all. Um, but girl, change your clothes and get the fuck out. Like, I don't know. Like, locker rooms are so weird. Like, what are you do? Are you dwelling it? Like, unless she really felt like she was being harmed or really feeling watched, which I didn't really get from her interaction. I feel like she just blew something up. And then seeing that she did a gays against groomers cross post, I'm like, got you.
Hmm.
Just turfy, old turfy shit. Trying to also content and roll out and all that, trying to sell music wrapped up in it and everything. And I'm like, got it. This isn't even, yeah, this is all for to blow up her music, but also like it's not even a real conversation that she's trying to have. And I don't think she handled it well. I don't think she handled anything with grace with yeah, it's unfortunate because I mean I could see what she's doing. She's going down that grifter role of just that black conservative grifter thing,
Hmm.
and that kind of colors it for me. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not even, because I want to be sensitive to that. Yes, she could have felt unsafe in the locker room. I don't personally believe it given what I've read. Like I feel
Hmm.
like the initial point of like it's not even clear what you were about, like what happened and all that. And like I don't think that the woman that she was like that even the gym behavior like it like none of that was like you had to do that, like you know what I mean, like none of the yelling, all the stuff, all the transphobic shit you were saying, like none of that shit you had to do, even if you felt unsafe in the locker room. Like you didn't have to do any of that. You didn't have to do the gays against groomers posts. You know, you probably get misgendered. I am gonna go out on a limb and say Tish Hyman gets misgendered. And like for if somebody handled you that way, you wouldn't appreciate it, and you know that wouldn't be right, and that's a nasty way to handle somebody. So yeah, unless more information comes out and it was clear that she did feel threatened, and even then I wouldn't, it doesn't really change what's happened since then. Again, you know what I mean? Because she's going for this whole turfy angle of it. It's not like a let's have a discussion about, like in one of the videos she was saying like, why can't there just be like a locker room for trans women or something like that? Like she's not coming into this conversation with any respect or care for the trans community. It's so like, it's like, what are we doing? Like it's like, you just gonna be like a turfy Candace Owens, like, okay girl, you got it, so very disappointing for to see that with Tish Hyman, but there's been some things I saw on her post, like she was trying to decide whether to vote yes or no on Prop 50. So I all these things are coloring it for me. Like I was like, I got it. I got it. I think I know what's going on here. So
We see the writing on the wall.
we see it. We see it. So very unfortunate. We'll see. I want to watch that entire panel that T.S. Madison put together because it was interesting from the clips. But shout out to Gay Magazine and all that, and all right, well, let's move on to our advice segment. Am I a bad queer? Send your questions to badqueers.com. Hit us up on IG at badqueerspod, or email us at badqueers@badqueers.com to be featured. All right. A couple of these are going to be some Reddit sourced Am I a bad queers until we get some new ones. So this first one is a Reddit question advice wanted post that is titled, Am I just there for her benefit?
Yes.
Yeah. It's already immediately.
All right.
I've been with my girlfriend for some time now, and I feel like I'm the only one who puts forth effort and it doesn't get reciprocated. I got the story of I took care of my ex, blah, blah, blah. With me, I don't see any of that. We could go out and she leaves her cards at home. And that just wouldn't happen. I got your cards, babe. Don't you worry. I got it. We travel and I find myself always paying for everything, or it's always needing money for something. I just wonder how someone just could sit back and don't care to ever foot the bill. As for me, I'm more nonchalant about spending sometimes because if I have it to spend, why not? I just notice this more and more. I feel like I'm being used. Am I overthinking things? So yes, you are being used.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if subconsciously, even if she is used to being catered to, if this is like a situation where it's like, you can see that pattern in some high femme relationships or femme mask relationships where sometimes the femme is used to being taken care of and expects things and doesn't think to like, oh, I should do this now. This is changing and I'm glad it is. But yeah, this person might also just be traditional in that way. So it might be a conversation. Like you should know if that's how they feel about things. Like, do they expect these things? If you wanted to be closer to 50-50, because nothing's 50-50, that should be a conversation. See how they feel about it. Because maybe, just benefit of the doubt, maybe they just think that you want to do this for them. Now, the leaving the cards at home, though, I think, that's on purpose. They should have a form of payment with them.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Even in their phone.
So,
like that can't even be an excuse anymore. You could put cards in your phone and just tap it. And just tap
I would
it.
be bringing their card. You got your card, babe? You got your card? You got your license?
You got wallet? It's all there? Thank you so much.
Yeah. But a bigger conversation has to be had about how she feels about that, and does she believe in the traditional, like, you take care of everything, you not so much. I mean, it is tricking if you got it, and some people like to trick. But like if that's what she wants to do, is that an expectation? If you do want her to spend more on her, and maybe you want it to be like a 70-30 or something, but you're like, damn, like can I get a 30? Like have that conversation with her because maybe she will buy some things. Maybe she will, do enough or step up if you have that conversation. But you do have to get on the same page or just see where she's at with like how she feels about that. So
No, 100%. See, remember we did that definition of loser lesbian last week? I feel like this is what that looks like. Like this is you pawning off of somebody and fronting as I just like to be cared for. Get out of here. Pay for your own stuff. Pay for something. Help balance it. But I do feel like having that conversation, if you want to give the benefit of the doubt, have that conversation that Kris suggested. If not, and you're just like, my gut says your gut's correct. You're being used.
You are being used, like kind of no matter what.
Like
Because
regardless,
leaving
you're
the
still
cards
being
at home,
used.
you are being used. Yeah,
That's
for sure.
wild.
Yeah.
To be like, I'm going out and I left my cards at home, girl. Put one in your phone.
No.
Put one. Apple
Yeah,
Pay.
in your phone. Like,
Wallet.
honestly,
Put it in there.
honestly.
Don't play with me.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Do Androids?
it.
What do they do? They got like Android Pay?
The
What do they got?
Android people who are listening just rolled their eyes and
And
unsubscribed
I
from this
swear to
podcast.
God, I'm not trying to beef with y'all. I just want to know what's going over there. Have you seen that Google commercial with the vanilla ice cream? How they play us like how
So
we
good.
upgrade with it. So
Actually,
good.
that's
Whoever
so
wrote that,
good.
it's so good.
Iconic. I
So
stopped and I was like,
good.
that's a good
I
commercial as
picked
I
up-
hold up my little vanilla phone.
I
Yep.
picked up my I said, damn, they got us and picked up my vanilla ice cream. But yeah, is it Android Pay? Like I am seriously asking this because
I'm
I've
pretty
just
sure because
had
they
Apple
have there's
all my
extra
life.
symbols that are on there. They have, I think, like a Google
me see.
Wallet or something along those lines. Like they have a wallet. Androids aren't coming out here and not having
Pay.
wallets.
They can't. They have better features than iPhone, so I know they have
Exactly.
to have it.
Exactly.
Google Pay. I am so sorry, y'all.
See,
It's
I was
Google
like, I
Pay.
knew it was like a Google or something. Like they have it.
I'm so sorry. I'm like, what could it be? Google
I'm
Pay.
like, friend, see, this is why they made the vanilla
Yeah.
to make it.
Yeah, that's
'cause
why
also
they
to make
did,
it seem
and they
like
are better than us. Y'all are.
they are. I
And
stop
that's
and
the
I
thing.
think
We're
about
in a
it.
cult because I still now I'm not upgrading my phone like I have a 13 Pro Max and I have no desire to update. And we're past that period, where they fuck your phone up for 2 months
Yeah.
before the new one comes up. Like we're out of that. So yeah. Shout out to Google Play and Android users. We love y'all.
So funny. I can't believe.
Android,
Here we go. I can't believe you were
Android-
like, what do they use? And I'm like, they have
Android
stuff.
Pay is crazy. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I really didn't mean that.
We've already
It
lost
is
them. They're already gone.
absolutely
They've already
Google
unsubscribed.
Play.
They've
Yeah,
already
well,
unsubscribed from the
majority of
podcast.
the majority of our mobile.
I'm screaming.
It's
I'm
Apple.
hot. Don't do
Um,
that. Don't do that. We appreciate all of our Android listeners and thank you so much
We
for
love
wherever you listen from.
Androids. Androids
you.
are the backbone of the world. They're like, the verses.
They really are.
Right?
They're like
They
the
are.
verses.
They're like the verses of our world.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I
shout
really
out
love
to
being
Androids.
recognized in that way.
Yeah.
That's great.
God bless them.
All right. So our next Am I Bad Queer is also Reddit source, but mainly because this is a topic that we needed to talk about and we didn't feel like it was a category is, but we felt like it needed to be
not.
discussed in the Am I a Bad Queer? So we're going to read this. So if you all follow Lex and Court on social media, they are a couple that has long time showed their relationship. They have kids, they're married, all sorts of stuff. They post really funny stuff. They post very intimate stuff. They've been the backbone of Black lesbian TikTok and Instagram and social media since social media was social media. Okay. So I'm going to read this post that was posted in the Black lesbians Reddit and we're going to talk about it. So this person posted, I don't keep up to date with a lot of Black lesbian TikTok drama, but this shit with Court and Lex is actually insane. From the bare minimum that I know, they've been in a lesbian relationship for years, have kids together, but suddenly started posting with a boyfriend on their Snapchat. They're clapping back at people for saying that they were being misleading by promoting themselves as lesbians when they're both dating a man now. People are saying the guy is more interested in the femme-presenting person, but she's saying that they're both just as in love with him, using a lot of patriarchal, heteronormative statements like he's a protector and a provider. We love to see it. I really have no real or additional insight to bring to the conversation, but I just wanted to scream into the void because why? With a lot of crying emojis. Like, we're
So
taking
funny.
L after L this month on the lesbian side of TikTok. I don't get why women that aren't lesbians keep trying to use this title. If you're bisexual, be bisexual. If you're pansexual, be pansexual. Why does everyone want to be a lesbian when it's convenient and just switch it up when they feel like it?
Mm,
Everyone
mm,
wants to
mm,
adopt
mm.
the title of lesbian and pretend they understand or live our struggles for the sake of gaining followers or attention on social media when they find the Lord or change their lives and start being straight or find a man to date. That's a good
Mm,
rhyme. She didn't even
mm,
realize it was a bar, and that's a bar.
mm.
It's so trifling to see it happen every time like clockwork. And real lesbians have to defend ourselves against the naysayers because of people like this. It's just sad to see that almost every lesbian couple channel or page on social media eventually break up and become straight or bisexual or pan or anything but lesbian. Then
Mm,
try to still claim the title of lesbian when they're literally not. Sigh.
mm,
That's all. Just
mm,
annoyed to see it unfold yet again.
mm. Whew. Well,
Mm-hmm.
my wife had sent me what was going on like last week, and I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
because I do know Court and Lex and Court, whatever. I don't know how they go, but hmm. How about it, content creators, huh?
You know,
You know,
you out here trying to do one thing. It's true. Like,
this
the few videos that
season
I
on
have
Court
seen,
and Lex.
I can definitely see how people are stating that he's more into the fem one because a lot of the content does show them. It's like, we're out here, and it's funny because he's saying the right stuff and he's doing the right things on the videos.
Mm.
And yes, I know that the lesbians have not been having the best name
Hmm.
moving forward, and it's hard out here for the brand, and PR is working overtime. They're doing their best with this, and they do keep taking L after L because after a while you're used to XYZ and you're hoping for ABC, and then they throw the letters out of order, and then all of a sudden they're K and B and L. Like, like all over the alphabet. So I can understand where a lot of people are feeling the pain of this and
Mm.
seeing a man come into the space that has been built for lesbian women and how hard that is to see. And yes, these creators put their lives out there to do what they're going to do, but I think there is a piece of this where they have to recognize the space that they've built and what folks hoped to get from them or have been getting from them consistently to make this change. It's not necessarily that they have to explain it to everyone, but
Hmm.
as a person who is hosting a brand and holding space for these different things, just a little heads up, I don't think hurts.
Yeah. Yeah, this is also new because these are, they're content creators. So, you know, um, it's hard to know what is real, what isn't. You said from the video, it looks like the guy's like is actually into the fem and probably is because
Hmm.
they're also content creators, successful content creators,
Hmm.
from what they put out. I don't know. It's just like they're the new reality stars. I guess you got to take things with a grain of salt. I don't know what do we want to see when someone's like what do we expect out of like our content creators or public facing people or celebrities? Like, should they do a iOS press release? Like I don't know what there's like a couple of things here because this has happened a couple times now, and I feel like it's not like this is far fetched. Like this can happen and does
It
happen, and
absolutely can. People's
sexuality is
sexuality can be
a
fluid.
spectrum. It is fluid. Like I know like their
Hmm.
last comment, like they are kind of mocking people in their video, and that's not cool with like, oh, like with them being rich or well off and kind of mocking things. But like they're I don't know what people should they have put out a video, like would people feel less betrayed? Should we stop looking to content creators for these things, like putting a hard label on them? I know that's what their content was, but if you remember that they're content creators, then that means that they are beholden to engagement, metrics, making money every month. Like their life is content. So
Hmm.
this might be season 28 of Court and Lex, where they introduce a man, and it might be happening in real life too. So, but I don't know. It's just like if you if you're following these people, I guess I just wish we weren't as wrapped up in these uh influencer and content creators, because this has happened a couple times, yeah, with
Mm-hmm.
TikTok, and it's just like, well, but this does happen in real life too. Like, it's not like it's just social media. But
Mm-hmm.
if I knew I'm following somebody and their main job and source of income is content, then it could be anything that they roll out, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it really can. Like, I don't know. And this is might be their life. So I don't know how they should move. I do think that they should say something and just say, "Hey, we've had a change in our life." Like, I guess in the same way that people announce divorces, maybe they could put something out like, "We've made a change."
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that would satisfy people. But this is all also still so new, because this isn't like celebrities or people with like, presumably, I don't think they have PR. So like, how do they navigate that? How do they roll out that they're not lesbians anymore? And then
Mm-hmm.
how do we stop as lesbians? I wish we would stop getting butthurt when this happens. And maybe this is gonna be my backward opinion. It probably will be. But
Yeah.
I hate that we get so butthurt when they are like, look, I knew, it's like we're looking for a reason to hate bisexual women, because like it always devolves into that. Like, see, that's why we don't trust them. And I was just like, there are plenty
Right.
of lesbians left. There
It
are
makes it seem like
plenty of us.
bisexuals do jump scares all the time, you
Yeah.
know?
And I'm just like, what? Like, I don't know. I just want us to have higher. That'll be my backward opinion. So we'll get to it. But it's
Okay.
just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel,
sexuality is fluid. If you believe that, then anything
yes,
can happen. Anything can happen. And you should give them this the space for that. Like, I don't know.
absolutely. I think it's just the safe space of it all, where it's like you've come here and we don't have a lot of this. And technically, yes, content creators can fall into a space of reality TV, but reality TV is known for mess and wildness, and content creators have a bit of a different lay of the land in terms of who they're connecting with and how they're connecting. It's more intimate, it's closer, it's more tangible. And so I think that's where it gets a bit harder when these folks make these abrupt turns,
But
and
that's
they
life,
could have
though. Like,
it
that is more
I'm not saying
realistic
it's not
than
life, but people can
reality
still
shows,
have reactions to those things too and feel
for sure.
more closer to the content creators that are doing it. Like, think if Jade came out one day and did that, and it would just be like, oh my God, what are we
But
doing?
that's
Because
the
people
thing.
have been
I wouldn't
following it
care.
and
I
going
I
from
know,
there.
but like, what changed in
I
your life
understand that for
that's like,
you, that may not, but it's just,
no,
it's,
I'm
I'm
just
just
saying in
stating in
general, and
terms
I'm
of the
just saying that I'm
vision,
not saying
it's the
any.
intimacy part of it.
You can't have any. And I guess I'll say this with Lex and Court's actual content, because I don't watch them that hard. But like, when I could see, I think all feelings are valid. You could feel a way, but I'm saying like getting so hopped up over a content creator, you're watching someone you don't know in the same way that you watch reality show. And now we've had this now for a little bit. Like, these people are making a living off their life, so things are subject to change. It's never going to be, cookie cutter. Or find another content creator if you have to that you feel will stay together. Like, I don't know. Like, I
Yeah,
think
I'm not
like
I'm
having
not saying that
this
it's not going to
parasocial
be
thing is just
that.
like, oh my God, they're bisexual now. Like, it's just like, okay,
Well, it's
like,
even, I feel like that's even pushing it because they haven't even stated what they are next. But I
and
think
it's
it's
not gonna
more so,
matter.
as I was saying, it's the piece of content creators are a bit more accessible.
Yeah.
Like, they're having the conversations, they're probably DMing people back, doing the things. So people have more of this intimate area. And because of the lack of representation we already have when we're in this space, and folks can feel hurt and can do this, not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm just stating that, looking at it in an objective format, their content creators are a bit more tangible when they have done this for so long. People hate change
Mhm.
regardless. So it feels a bit more personal for folks when that change happens, rather than how it would be on reality TV, where you're like further removed from them because you're not going to drop in their DMs and say the stuff and do whatever, or it's not going to relate to your life. Like, they are relating to life because they are being that representation of Black lesbian women who have had kids, who are going on this journey, who are able to play around with their sexuality and things. So I don't think it's removing the piece of, yeah, that could change at any moment. It's more so that people's reactions to it feel a bit more personal because of the
Mm.
accessibility that content creators have. And that's more
Yeah.
so the point that I'm making with it.
I guess my thing is that at this point, content creation creators are reality TV stars. So even though they're not on TV, it is how they make their living. So these things, and we just see it. Like, just how things are. So I don't know when we get to a point where we're not surprised, is what I'm saying. Like, you can have your feelings about it, but like, I don't think we should be surprised by much when it comes to people's sexuality, especially now. Like, everything is fucking fluid. Like, I guess I wouldn't be shocked at anything. So if you told me, yeah, if Jade Fox doesn't identify as a lesbian, it wouldn't throw me anymore because I'm operating under the section. First off, probably all of y'all are bisexual at this point. I'm gonna start just operating that people are bisexual, and if they if it changes other ways, fine. But like, it's all fluid, y'all. Like, it is subject to change. For some people, it's not, and that's fine. But there are also content creators out there that are lesbians that probably won't change. And you could follow them. Like, there are still
But it's
lesbians
like,
out here.
that's an unknown
Like, they'll
though,
act like there's
because you
no
don't know if they
lesbians.
could
Like,
change
they
too.
are no, like, now it's
But
like,
if you're
this is
dedicated to that
it's
person,
okay. I guess
that's
the
a thing.
hysteria that there's no lesbians or like that, and that's not true.
I feel like
Like, that's
hysteria
what
is a
I'm
big word.
saying. Hysteria is big, but that's what
I
it
think
is
it's
here. This
big.
is hysterical. Like, it's just like, yo, they didn't, I don't know. It's not like it's a political change or something. It's their sexuality changed, like, or they're experimenting. Who knows? Like, it just is what it is. Like, we said, for instance, we talked about JoJo Siwa this year, and we could understand with it where I was like, y'all put a lot on this girl, and now she's apparently not a lesbian, and now y'all are mad at her. And it was like, we cut her some slack because it's like, yo, y'all put that on her. And I know she was saying she was too, but she is young. Y'all know she's young. It's going to change. Sexuality is fluid, and we know that now more than ever. So when these things happen, when people are shocked that their sexuality changed, especially in our community, I am shocked that y'all are shocked, is all I'm saying. Like, I don't understand the shock of somebody's sexuality changing because we say things are fluid. So then when they are fluid, it's like, oh, we're losing all the lesbians. Like, I hate that. Like, we're not losing the lesbians. There's lesbians out here. They are just in a relationship with whoever this man is, this boy, this
Whoever this
random
guy
boy
is,
is,
this
whoever this
random
guy
man
is,
that's just
you
in the
know.
house driving the cars,
Like,
doing the
okay.
stuff.
And, he might not be there in season 29 of Court and Lex, but they're content creators too. So I don't know. There's a couple, and we've talked about certain content creators that I guess that's my disconnect here, is that I look at certain content creators at a certain point and I'm like, I'm not even sure they're making content for us anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think they're making it for straight people, or I think they're making it for just money purposes. And like, that's the grain of salt I take with these content creators, because that's what it is. Like, that's the game. Like, their life is their currency. So they have to make their life interesting. So, and it's not far fetched. This just happens in our community. I see people, and again, I guess it devolves into biphobia so quickly too. And I'm just like, all right, y'all, here now we're back
Mm-hmm.
here again. And I hate it because I'm just like, that doesn't mean lesbians are gone. Y'all are always trying to race us because Lex and Court broke up on TikTok, or some big TikTok person broke up and now lesbians are gone. And I just hate it. Every time we're gone, you just erase us. So I hate it. I hope y'all just take all of these content creator relationships, however intimate they are, with a grain of salt. You don't know these people. Their lives change. They're trying to make money, generate views, generate engagement. Like, that's their game. That's their job. Things will change. And in real life, sexuality will change. So, yeah, woof. All right. Well, good for Lex and Court people, or not good for Lex and Court people. You could get off the train now if you're not with it. That's
That's so
obviously a
funny.
choice too. You can absolutely show them your displeasure, and I think people are definitely entitled to that. Now, if Lex and Court were mad that people were unfollowing them because of this, then I'd be like, now Court and Lex or whatever. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know which way they style it, but you got to be okay with some people being like, I'm looking for lesbian content, and that would
Yeah.
be their prerogative to kind of turn the channel in a way. So turn the channel if y'all not with it. So, and I'm sorry, this is the cousin girl. This is the cousin baby daddy girl that we talked about earlier this year. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm also like, I can believe it all. I can believe all things. I'm just ready for all changes because they had a cousin thing going on earlier this year. So
Yeah, I do remember that.
that's a thing.
Yes.
All
Well,
right.
that went off on things. Do we want to wrap it up here?
We can.
Yeah,
We have one more with that. Let's see things. We could do that next week. We'll punt this one.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Cool.
feel like we had a good combo there.
All right. Send your questions to badqueers.com. Hit us up on IG at badqueerspod or email us at badqueers@badqueers.com to be featured on Am I a Bad Queer?
All right. What type of backwards will we be if we didn't have unpopular queer opinions? Mine's not bad queer opinion. It is definitely a community note that I would like to bring up first at the next quarterly meeting. Um, Studs, I need you to stop gatekeeping your facial regimens, your skin regimens, all of your things. Y'all's faces are glowing. I don't know what it is. I don't know what stuff you have hidden. I don't know what you've ordered off TikTok Shop or anywhere else. I need to know what products you are using. I need to know what the process is and the proper order of using those products are. And I need to know now.
Is there any stud's face that you think of when you're saying this that needs to drop the routine?
I was
Get
like,
ready for
well,
me.
I was like, we brought up Jade before. Jade
Jade has
drops
a
the routine, but
Jade.
I still think there's like a secret thing that happens in there as well.
There's some
Um,
magic, some sorcery you
I
like to
still
drop.
feel like there's some
You're
magic
like,
in there.
that's not
There's a
all it.
DJ here, DJ Cashera. Your face, every time I see you, your face is glowing. What do you do? I need to know.
You're like,
There's
I need to know. I've been watching your page
I've been
and
watching.
I
I've been
need.
on TikTok way more now. So I just see the studs and I check for the filters as well because I know that I can get got by the filters. I check to see if filters are being
That's so
used and I'm
funny.
just like, no, y'all's faces are looking good. I'm outside and I see people's faces. I have a couple friends who I'm just like, every time I see you, why does your face look so good? And I need
Drop
it.
the routine.
Drop the routines. We need like a stud, four stud step routine. I'm gonna workshop that title. You know where I was going with it. I was trying to make it work, but I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna have the breakdown, and I need y'all to share it, please and thank you.
Mm,
Please and thank you.
okay. I had this post actually for Bad Queer Opinion, or it's really actually a community note that I actually will go with because of the everything election this episode. And it's from Frederick Joseph, who I follow. He's Fred T. Joseph on IG, and I'll have this in the description. But I really liked what he said about this, and this is also just to expectation set. But
Hmm.
I don't expect Zoran Mundami to be perfect. None of us should. Perfection isn't the point of politics. Conviction is. What matters is that he believes the government should serve the people, that public service should mean something again. We have been governed for too long by people who mistake cruelty for strength and greed for strategy. So when someone comes along who actually believes that we deserve better, that belief itself becomes an act of resistance. He won't fix everything. No singular person can. But when someone fights for the people instead of against them, it should remind us that change is not a myth. So shout out to Frederick Joseph with this. I do want us to keep that in mind with people who we elect to these positions and have a lot of expectations of. They're gonna stay on Mondami's ass as they should, but you know, I like where we are. I'm very happy that we had this win at the end of this year. Like this is unexpected bright spot because I don't know what I thought was going to happen election night, but I'm
Hmm.
happy and I'm glad we will set our expectations and we'll see what happens from here. Shout out to
Absolutely.
him.
Hmm. All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap up the show. But we would never leave you without giving shout outs to our faves. My shout out this week goes to Seasoned. Seasoned is London's first strictly 25 and over girls, gays, and theys party.
Hmm.
But it's not just a party. It's a space to connect, let loose, and celebrate queer joy in all its forms. They have posted really cool stuff, lots of cool events. Apparently, each one of their events gets sold out. So, sounds like the place to be. You can follow them on
Season.
IG at seasoned.season, SZN.
I love that name. That's cool.
Hmm.
My shout out is to Whimsy by Destin Conrad. It came out in August. It's his alternative jazz album, and it is so good. It's 25 minutes of perfection. You can add it right into your playlist. Check it out if you haven't already. And follow Destin on IG at Destin Conrad.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in.
Mhm.
Good chats today. Good things all around.
Shout out to Google Play.
Google Pay.
Shout out to Android Pay.
Google Pay.
Shout out to Android Pay and our Android users. I really do love y'all. And I really did have that question. And
They're
I should
already
have known
gone.
the answer to it, but
Already gone.
they're with us. They're still here. And I
Okay.
love y'all. I love y'all.
Yep. Yeah. And for everybody else, thank you so much for tuning in.
To our vanilla ice cream folks. Shout out to y'all as well. We keeping these ice creams. I don't know
We
what's wrong
keeping
with
these
us.
honestly.
I don't know what's wrong with us.
Yo, the copy and pasting between my computer to my phone to my phone to my iPad back to my thing. Like what am I supposed to do here?
It's a cult. What do
What am I
I
supposed to
sometimes
do?
I look
To
over there and I'm
easily
like, damn.
cast to my Apple TV
Damn.
back. Like it got me early, and
It did
I
get me
blame being a
It got me
musician
early.
on it for
Got
me.
early.
So yeah, so
Great
you know,
marketing. Great
great
marketing.
marketing.
Great marketing.
And recognize that the phones are better.
Yeah. And they were.
Recognize.
They had a time. They aren't anymore. Y'all do have some cool, very, very cool features. And I still won't leave because I'm
Won't
in a
leave.
cult with this.
Yep.
So vanilla
This
ice
is
cream
the one
cult.
that I have accepted all of my Apple products sitting around me.
Yeah.
Doing what they
Yeah.
do. So yeah. Apple, if you ever want to sponsor us, we're here for it. Thank you so much. And for everybody else who listen, thank you so much for tuning in. And we will see you next week.
Take care.
Can we talk about things? I'm sorry that I'm